Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, where today we are discussing the Algeria squad that has been released for the two upcoming World Cup qualifier games against Niger at home and against Niger away. Always lots of talking points, and always we're like the last team to release our squad. Once again we've had to wait absolutely ages to see our squad. I mean, the game is in 6 days and we didn't even know the players taking part yet. So after the fixtures this weekend they'll start making their respective ways to Sidi Moussa. We wanted to see some new names in this squad. There are no new names in this squad, and this squad has left me very disappointed. I'm very disappointed with this squad. I was so excited to potentially see some new players in this squad. I think that this squad has more question marks about who's not in it than who's actually in it. I think we're talking more about who's not in it than who's actually been selected, which is never a good sign. There's some very controversial decisions. There's lots of players here that I think maybe shouldn't be here, and there's lots of players that aren't here that should be here. But obviously we haven't got any new players that were born in France, and that is a huge problem. There are key positions in this team we need to upgrade on, and we're not upgrading on them, and other countries are doing that. Senegal are getting players, Morocco are getting players, Mali are getting players. We're going to fall behind if we don't start getting players. Now when we go through the positions we'll talk about what players should be here. We'll do it by position, but I mean overall the squad is good enough to beat Niger home and away. Like, it should easily get 2 wins, but that's not really the point. There's lots of excitement, there's lots of rumours around new players, and we simply haven't seen them. And there's also a lot of injuries and a lot of injured players that have actually been selected here, and I don't think, if they're not fully fit, they shouldn't be selected. Anyway, let's go through the positions and we'll discuss each talking point. So the easiest one is the 3 goalkeepers. Rice and Bolhi is probably going to play both games. Alexander Ukija is there as well. A lot of people want to see Ukija over Bolhi. It's established now that Belmadi has his favourites. He's not going to... There's certain players Belmadi's always going to play. He's always going to play Bolhi, Ben Lamri, Bounedjah, Belaili. He loves these players. They're going to play pretty much every game when he can. So Bolhi will probably be in goal. Only difference now is we've got Majadel, who's at Paradou, and we're not having Duha as the third keeper anymore. So Duha he's gone back to the Algerian league, so it's basically another Algerian league goalkeeper. It doesn't really matter. I mean, that's basically saying that's our upcoming goalkeeper, because Bolhi and Ukija are in their 30s. So apparently we've got Majadel to look forward to, and the guy plays for Paradou. So that's not filling me with any excitement at all. Why not pick Teddy Bulhendi and play him and just let him get to know the squad and have him as third keeper? I don't get it. There's a lot of questionable decisions. Even the third goalkeeper, Majadel, is never going to win us an AFCON in goal, let's be honest. The guy is average at best. But anyway, it doesn't matter too much because Bolhi is going to play. He's going to be the geezer in goal. So Bolhi, Ukija, Majadel as the goalkeepers. I would want a different third goalkeeper. You can't win. I'd even like to see Ukija play, but honestly, if we had a manager, one of those French-born managers like we had before, like Christian Gourcuff and stuff like that, you'd see players like Ukija and Delort play all the time. We'll come on to Andy Delort very soon, because I'm absolutely fuming that Delort's not here. We're going to come on to that very soon, because that's ridiculous. The fact that Delort isn't here is ridiculous. Let's go to the defence. 5 centre-backs. Can't really have too many complaints about the centre-backs. You know what you're getting. Ben Lamri and Mandy, obviously the first choice pairing. Is Ben Lamri not injured at the moment? We've called up Ben Lamri. There's a few players here that have not even played much football recently, and they're getting called up. You've got Touba and Badran. Again, 2 very solid backups there. Badran is experienced in African football, and Touba is a big name coming up. That is a name we've managed to secure from the Belgian under-21. So why not give Touba some game time? We're not playing that good opposition. So Touba's there. We've also got Medioub, who plays... Well, he was in Portugal last season. He was on loan from Bordeaux. He's back at Bordeaux this season. So we've got Medioub, an Algerian centre-back, playing in Ligue 1. I suppose that's good. He's not really starting for them. He's come off the bench a few times. I can't really complain about Medioub being in there, but 5 centre-backs, is he going to play much game time? Good to see a new centre-back there, I suppose. He did get called up before, didn't he, when Mehdi Zerkan came as well. So Medioub is there. We've got 5 centre-backs. I don't think we need 5 centre-backs. I don't think you need any centre-backs against Niger, if I'm being totally honest. But we have 5 centre-backs. And the full-back areas is where we had the problems against Burkina Faso. So the left-backs, Rami Bensebaini. Now, Bensebaini, I don't think he's played football since he came off against Burkina Faso. Since he came off against Burkina Faso, I don't think he's played any football. So how can he be deemed fit to come and play these games? It doesn't make sense. How is he going to pass any sort of fitness regime unless he's going to be past fit when the games come around? You've picked a player that hasn't played any football since the last time Algeria played, which doesn't make sense. There is some good news at left back. Mohamed Fares has started life at Genoa very well. Back playing in Serie A again. He's left Lazio. Didn't work out for him there. He's gone to Genoa. Mohamed Fares is playing regular football in Serie A. He's a very good left back and he can also play on the left wing. So Fares there, and Fares might even start if Ben Sebaini's not fit for Friday's game. So if you've got a player like Fares to come in, that's solid. You don't have to worry too much. Kasef is not here, alhamdulillah, so we don't have to worry about that. No more Abdellawi and all that rubbish. So this is good. Ben Sebaini and Fares, when both were fit, as we saw at the AFCON, two very good left back options. Right back, Yusuf Atal, very happy with Yusuf Atal, and if he's fit, he will play both games. We know Atal can suffer from injury problems a lot. He works so hard, he runs his socks off. That's why he's always pushing 110%. But the two other, why have we called up three right backs? And where is Akim Zadadka? Zadadka, who plays for Clermont in Liga, Zadadka should be here. Why is he not here? Get his S12, get them green forms and all that nonsense you've got to do down the consulate. Get it done. Get down the embassy and get the paperwork sorted. Because Zadadka should be here. He's playing in Liga. He's a perfect backup to Atal. He's had a good start to the season. We're stuck again with Mehdi Zafan, and this is what I mean. Belmadi has his favourites. He trusted Mehdi Zafan in those AFCON semi-finals and finals, and now he's worshipping the guy. So he's picked up Zafan again. So if Atal doesn't play, we're stuck with Zafan again. And we've got to develop the team. We've got to upgrade positions. So Dadka should be here. Baniada, I don't know what he's doing here. He should be lucky to play in the Arab Cup. I mean, come on. We've got three right backs. The difference in class between Atal, Zafan and Baniada is huge, which goes to show we've got a great first 11, but our squad isn't that good. So I'd like to have seen Zadadka here, and of course it's a competitive fixture, so he would be ours for good. Unfortunately, there's no new players. Atal is very good, but I'd like to have seen Zadadka here. So we haven't got Nori, we haven't got Zadadka, we haven't got any new fullbacks. We've got Fares back, which is a positive. We're still stuck with Zafan and Baniada. Belmadi is stubborn. I think he's really stubborn. He isn't going to go out and get players. He wants the players to come to him. And you've got to get the right balance, because if you're going to start freezing out players like Delort, what message does that send out to the players born in France? Why would someone like, I don't know, Roman Favre want to come and play for us when he's looking at the Delort situation and he's not going to be too impressed? That's not going to encourage him. So Belmadi, I know he's stubborn and he's like, this is Algeria. If you want to come and play for us, you come to knock on my door. I'm not going to knock on your door. You've got to knock on my door. You've got to get the balance right. And with the 2014 era, a lot of those players, you know, Feghouli, Ghulam Brahimi, we went to the French under-21s and we got them. And look how good they've been for us. You've got to find the right balance. But anyway, the starting defence, Saïd Sambulhi, I mean, Ben Lamry is fit, Mandy, Fares, I can't see Ben Sebaini being ready for the game. I don't understand it, honestly. And Atal, the defence should be good enough to deal with Niger. So we're not worried about that. When we have to play Burkina Faso at home in November, we've got to get the defence spot on. So hopefully there'll be some new players then. I mean, we're in October now. What are we, 3 months from an Africa Cup of Nations? We've got 3 months to get these players through the door for the tournament, because can this squad retain AFCON? I'm not sure. I hope it does, but anyway. The midfield, we've got 6 central midfielders. We've got still no Gudiora. Gudiora obviously has moved to Sheffield United, playing in the Championship, as Belmadi, you know, had enough of him. We've got Benasser and Zarouki, who are the main two. You can play them both together. You've got Feghouli as well. You've got Belkabla and Badawi. Can't really have any complaints about the central midfield. Again, that's a very strong centre midfield for these games. You've got Adam Zorogan as well, who's recently moved to Europe. He'll get a bit of experience being with the squad. So you expect Benasser and Zarouki to play together, maybe with Feghouli or maybe with more attacking players. But for sure, if Benasser and Zarouki are there, I'm very confident. And then we've only got 6 attacking players. And for 2 games where you expect us to really get the goal difference up, we should be filling our boots in these games, like just we did against Djibouti, winning 8-0. There's not many attacking players here. Now, on the left, Benrahma and Belaili are the 2 left-wing options. You expect that. You know, Brahimi is playing in Qatar every week, but Belmadi obviously doesn't fancy Brahimi anymore. So Benrahma and Belaili are the 2 left-wing options. Benrahma has a very good season with West Ham so far. What is he on? 4 goals in all competitions, but again, you know Belaili's going to be the one that starts. On the right, Riyad Mahrez, the captain. I think Rashid Ghazel would have been here if he was fit. He's not fit, he's injured. So Adam Nurse, who's been coming off the bench for Napoli in a few games recently, he's not starting, but he's coming off the bench. Adam Nurse returns to the squad. We know how good Adam Nurse is. He just doesn't get the game time at club level. He might regret it because he might not go to AFCON, because if he's not playing every week when AFCON comes around, I can't see Belmadi picking him over Rashid Gazelle. So, and everyone else has got to prove himself in these games. Hopefully he gets an opportunity. He was very good at AFCON coming off the bench. We've only picked 2 strikers. We've got Baghdad Bounedjah. You know what you get. He scores in the Farmers Leagues. He scores against the Farmers teams. When it comes to big teams, he doesn't really perform. And we've got an injured Islam Slimani. Slimani's not fit at the moment. And you've picked Bounedjah, a guy who plays in Qatar. And you've picked Slimani, a guy who's injured at the moment. And those are our 2 attacking options. And it begs the question, I mean, you know, you've got players like Ishak Belfadil playing in the Bundesliga and stuff, but Andy Delort is Algeria's best striker, and Belmadi obviously doesn't fancy him. He obviously doesn't feel like Delort's performed well enough with Algeria, but Delort's never had a chance. He's barely been given any starts. He was unfortunate in the summer friendlies when he got injured. He had to withdraw from the squad. Slimani, obviously, people are obsessed with him within the Algeria setup because they want him to break this all-time goal-scoring record. So we're trying to force it with Slimani, really, because he even played in the game against Burkina Faso. I can't understand why Andy Delort's not here. I think it's a shocking decision. I think Belmadi, in the press conference, has got to be asked the question why Delort's here. Of course, if he's not injured, it's a tactical decision. To not take Andy Delort baffles me. Delort, a player that came to us, wanted to play for us, moved club to Nice, moved to a better club. 4 goals, 2 assists in 7 games at the time of recording this for Nice. Doesn't make sense. And why not pick him? Like, Bounedjah and an injured Slimani is what we're going with as African champions. Slimani is the guy from the Halilhodzic era. I mean, Bounedjah, we love Bounedjah, he'll lead the line, he's a Belmadi player. Delort has been very harshly treated, and like I said earlier, what message does it send to Shirky, to Awar, to Lopez, to Adli when you're getting treated like this? It doesn't send a good message out, so it's just stupid. I hope he hasn't been picked. I hope it's not because he's got tattoos, because that's ridiculous. I can't understand why Andy Delort's not here. When you look at the team, I'd like to see Mbolahi play. I'd like to see Touba and Mandy together. I think Touba needs the game time. Atal and Fares, I can't see Rami being fit. Banassa Zarouki, go attacking, play Ben Rahma in number 10, Belayli, Ben Rahma, Mahrez and Bounedjah up front. Against, look, I mean, Ben Lamri, Ben Sebaini and Slimani are not even fit. And you're leaving out players like Delort and Ait Nouri, and you're picking players that are injured. You've got to work harder as an FA. It's probably not Belmadi, it's the team behind the scenes. You've got to work harder to get these players through the door. But anyway, that's the squad. Obviously, we have got Fares, Unas and Medioub returning to the squad. Obviously, some absentees like Gazelle and like Delort, they're not here for this occasion. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. The only good thing is we're only playing Niger with respect, home and away. We should get the job done with this squad. We should take us to 10 points out of possible 12. But thanks for watching this video, guys. Let me know your thoughts on this squad down below. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time.